How are you, Melanie?
I'm very well. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Here in Portugal, I've been hearing a lot of people are really exciting to the show is coming finally in sci-fi. So, is it a good idea to be excited about this show? Of course, going to say yes, but please tell us.
Well, I think it has something for everyone. There's a lot of humor, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of heart, and I think there's a lot of escaping, which right now I think the world needs a bit more of.
Yes, for sure. And Melanie, do tell us, for you, it must be also kind of a challenging role because it's quite physical at the same time. You got to be in shape for this role, no?
Yeah, they put me through a good training. I had a very mean um, trainer in season one, and he whipped me into shape. So luckily,
Oh,
and the gun, Wynonna's gun, is very heavy, and so in all the scenes where I have to hold it out, it's I have good shoulders at this point.
and and is it true that it's kind of a hardworking, handling guns, choreography of action, or it's sometimes it's also fun, just pure fun.
Well, it's like being a kid. We get to like we get to jump around in the snow and yeah, we shoot guns, which usually I'm not a huge fan of, but this world, um, it's I'm just a giant kid.
And so the Portuguese audience is going to see this for the first time, but in America, it's been going on for some years. So it means that you're doing the right thing. So tell us, what is the secret of the show so far?
The secret is that everybody who works on it cares about it more than I think is normal. And I
So
think
it's
that
not
when
just a job.
it's not just a job, and for anybody, I think everybody who the props, um the people who clean our trailers, everybody is happy to be here, and I really think that you can feel that on the screen.
Yeah, that's always a good sign. Yeah. And Melanie, for you, you also been doing a lot, shifting from movies and this series. You did Ready or Not.
Yes.
For you, that's the goal to be in the both TV and movies.
Well, I think they both offer such different things. I think with the TV show, you get more time to discover the character, whereas in a movie, you have to sort of figure it out and get it done. So you have to, but you have more time in the beginning to kind of work with the director. So they're just so different. The good thing about movies is that you don't, even if you have a bad experience, you're done in 2 months. But on TV shows, if you don't like the people, you're screwed.
And Melanie, I don't know, but how do you think the Portuguese audience will react? Because this is, a Western with demons, and it's not. It's of course it's very American, but at the same time it's different. It's not your average show.
Well, I think that the themes, because it's genre and because it's sci-fi, we get with the themes that we deal with, love and betrayal and revenge. These things they span cultures. Like they're not exclusive to North America. So I'm hoping that people will be able to, there's family, and a huge one is family, and who I think most people can find a way to relate to that in some
But
way.
it's curious that you guys morph, the genre of Western with horror and supernatural and paranormal. It's
Yeah.
maybe that's the secret, no?
Well, that's it's there's nothing else out there like it, so it's not something you've seen before, which I think is. I remember in season one, my husband was like, "I just can't wait to watch your show because I'm sick of like everything's either really dramatic or really comedic." And he watches a lot of TV, so he's like, I'm excited for something fresh, and that's how I feel, is that this show is so unique in so many ways. But yeah, certainly in mixing the genres you haven't seen it before.
Yeah, and it's also the show opened before this whole Me Too thing, and I reckon it's very kind of women empowered, and it's kind of before Me Too, but it stays actually it stays really actual at this moment. No, don't you think so?
Well, I think Emily is very much she's very timeless in her storytelling. She's not doing anything because of a movement. She's doing it because she believes that women should not should have a place. I mean, that's kind of should be how it should have always been that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I guess it's timely, but it's also timeless in the sense that we're just representing what it could and should have always been.
And I think it's obvious that the Wyatt Earp myth, it's one of the great legends of the Western, and of course, but it stays around. We're still hearing about the Wyatt Earp myth, and now you play one of his ancestors.
Right. Well, and what I think is so interesting is when Beau Smith wrote the comic book that the show is based on, that he chose to write about Wynonna. Like he chose to make it the female descendant, which I think is interesting because you hear Wyatt, you just sort of, I don't know, you think you think man. So the fact that it became Wynonna and then trickled down somehow to me playing her is it's all kind of miraculous to me.
And could it be a good idea to make a movie version of this TV series, like turning
Oh,
into a film? I think it's
uh,
good. I think it could be a good idea.
are you pitching something? Yes,
Yeah,
this is
why
it.
not? Why not?
Do you have the financing in place? Because that's been an issue in the past. If you can guarantee financing, I can guarantee
Yeah,
you.
from Portugal. We have some good investors in Portugal, actually. I'm
Sign me
kidding.
up. If
I'm
we shoot
kidding.
in Portugal, I'm in heaven.
Yeah. So Wynonna has to come to Portugal to fight, rural demons from the north of Portugal. I'm just traveling with my
It's a
ideas. Sorry.
great pitch. And like before Wynonna started in Purgatory, she was traveling a lot.
Okay.
So it makes
So
perfect sense that she
there we
could end up
go.
in Portugal.
There we go. And
Yep.
now, do tell us, you had a big situation with the COVID impact on the artistic community. How people are fighting this huge problem? I think there in the US is still going on really serious.
Yeah, well, where we are, they did a really good job in Alberta, which is where we shoot. Um, they did a really good job early on, so they were able to open up before other places were. We have really strict guidelines. I don't, a lot of masks, a lot of, it's weird that I'm not wearing one right now. We sanitize every time we have to go on set. Like there's a lot of rules, but I think humans are so good at adapting and yeah, it's weird and it was weird to start, but we're also grateful to be working because this is not a job that any of us can do from home. So we were all so scared that we wouldn't be able to come back. So the fact that we're here, we're willing to put up with all the rules in the world if it means that we get to keep telling our story.
But you talk with your colleagues. What is the spirit? People want to work, of course, they need to work. But how's the spirit? People are still, actors and technicians are really willing to fight and put up with these rules, or you think now people are really scared and they prefer not to work so much? What's
Yeah,
happening in Hollywood?
it's really hard because I think there are a lot of people who are scared, and a lot of people who aren't. So we have all this huge group of people. Everybody's a bit somewhere different on the fear spectrum. So some people are really scared and they probably would rather not work, but this industry, it is what it is. You can't work from home. So we've had to really try and sometimes fail. Like we really just try to navigate everybody's comfort levels. And some people are just like not scared at all, but then they try to be more careful because they know that this person over here is super paranoid. So it's been tricky trying to navigate. And then some people will be like, no, it's fine, but really they're terrified. It's like it's tough. It's tough, but I think the best we can do, I think this is true on our set, but globally as well, is just, if you're not scared, great, but like keep in mind that others are and try to act accordingly and take care of each other,
You rock. But tell me, so the series is coming to Portugal. Would you like to be here next year live to present new episodes?
Yes,
if
please.
It's possible, of course.
Are you offering?
Okay. So we are offering. You're gonna be on a plane ticket and you come to Lisbon next year, okay?
Honestly, I've heard Portugal is the best place in the world. So I'm like, if you can get me to Portugal,
people are listening.
I'll bring whiskey.
Okay, that's a promise. And now, just to end, I would love to give us a message, that people should see all the episodes on Sci-Fi of Wynonna Earp. Why? And look at the camera and
why?
Just make an invitation.
I think you're going to fall in love with the characters. I think everybody will. There's someone for everyone. You will see yourself represented, I hope, in some way. And I think that right now is a great time to watch other people fight their demons so that you can forget about your own.
Let's just hope the writers don't start to put the COVID thing on the screenplay. Let's see what happens. If they start to write about demons with the virus, that's going to be insane.
Oh God! Well, have a little faith in us. We won't do well. Yeah.
You are a good entertainer, so we trust you. So I'm going to say goodbye now in Portuguese. Pessoal, agradeçam a Melanie e ficamos ligados nesta Comic Con Maratona. Bye bye, Melanie. Adeus.
Bye. Thank you.